welcome to my Happy Path online yoga studio. Thank you so much for joining me today. My name is Shani Matthews. Please make your way into a comfortable sitting position, allowing your legs to either be one shin in front of the other, or one foot on top of the lap, or maybe more like Indian pose, where the foot is underneath the opposite quadricep and hamstring. Feeling into which position feels best for your body. And then once you find that place, also allowing maybe a pillow or a blanket to come under your hips to raise the hips up. This gives more space for the spinal column. And once you find that place, pulling the flesh out from underneath the pelvis bones. This is helping the pelvis feel more grounded, the hips feeling more centered, allowing your spinal column to draw tall, wavering the head from side to side to feel the center of the cervical spine, and then drawing the eyes to close, hands resting on the knees, palms facing down. Start to connect in with that breath, that yummy, healing, nurturing breath that helps you create your happiest, healthiest self. Start to allow that breath to grow in length. The inhale and exhale, connecting in with the 4-2 or maybe 6-3 ratio breath. Inhaling for a count of 1, 2, 3, 4, holding. And then exhaling, 1, 2, 3, 4. Continuing on, counting to yourself, feeling that connection with the breath, with yourself, with the quiet within. On your next 3 rounds of exhales, let the mouth be open and give a soft sigh, helping you to feel more grounded, more centered, more connected with your breath. If you like, maybe bringing that open mouth exhale into effect for the next few rounds. Letting the closed eyes bring you into the parasympathetic nervous system. Allowing the spine to draw a little taller. Feeling the hips ground even deeper into the mat. Opening the shoulder blades, allowing the collarbones to have space. Let today's practice be about connecting in with and supporting your inner self and honoring where you are right now. To help with this, let us connect in with our ability to ground and create a rooting sensation through the hips, through our first chakra, which is right here at the very base of the belly, at the bottom of the spinal column. 3 more breaths here in easy sitting position. Placing the right hand on the lower belly where the energetic center of the root chakra is. Breathing into your grounding sensation. Visualizing a loving root stemming down from the base of your spine into Mother Earth. Few more breaths here. exhale, let the hands come wide, and then on the inhale, they rise towards the sky. Exhale, pull the hands to the heart. Inhale, hands towards the sky. Exhale, hands to the heart. Placing the thumbs in between the chest. Feeling that connection with the prayer hands. Breathing into yourself, one breath here. And then inhaling, hands to the sky again. Exhale, spinning towards the left. Right hand on the left knee. Open up the heart towards the sky as you twist deeper on the exhale. 2 more times. Inhaling the spine here. Exhale, twisting. And 1 more time. Grounding in through the pelvis. And exhale. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, spinning towards the right. Left hand on the right knee, right hand behind you. Inhale, tall spine. Exhale, twist. Feeling into how the twist can occur, and at the same time feeling that grounding sensation coming into effect through that rooting sensation. 1 more breath here. Twisting deeper on that exhale. Coming back to center. Hands rise on the inhale. Exhale, hands to the heart. Inhaling, exhaling, and then bringing the hands to the head of your mat and coming onto all fours. Stacking your hands under the shoulders, knees just a little bit back behind the hips, giving your spine that extra length. Inhale, eyes to the sky. Exhale, fold in. Inhale. Opening the heart. Exhale, bowing in. Feeling that tummy tucking up and in at the end of the exhale. And as you inhale, really letting that heart open up. Reconnecting with that rooting sensation coming down through the hips, through the legs and knees, into the mat as you connect with the movement and the breath. 5 more times here. Feeling into how you want to create shifts in the movement to open up your body. Loving yourself. Loving every single cell of the body. Twice more. And then coming back to center. Inhaling your right hand high. Exhale, thread your needle. Coming onto the right shoulder. Bringing the left hand onto the fingertips. Hips are square over the knees. Resting on the right cheek. Press against the left hand to start to create a deeper twist. If that feels good for you there, letting that left hand rise. Inhaling into the twist, but keeping that connection with the hips and the rooting sensation. On the exhale, bending that left elbow, maybe bringing the left hand inside the right quadricep. 3 more breaths here. then at the end of that exhale, slowly unwinding. Coming back onto all fours. Bringing the shoulder blades into the game by opening up the back of the heart as you inhale. Just the shoulder blades coming into effect. Exhale, dropping the shoulder blades, opening up the front of the heart. 8 more times here. Inhaling, the shoulder blades round down towards the mat. Exhale. Heart opens through the collarbones. Inhale. Exhale. Feeling your heart opening up. This is a great move for really disengaging that congestion that occurs from sitting in front of a computer or driving or sitting. 5 more times. Really connecting in with your breath. Letting the eyes close. Maybe bringing that smile, that beautiful smile to your face. 3 more times. Last one. And coming back to center. Inhale, left hand high. Exhale, thread that needle. Coming onto the left cheek, left shoulder, right fingertips, hips stacked on top of the knees. Inhale, press against that right hand, creating a twist. Loving yourself. If that feels good there, go ahead and let that right hand rise on up. Feeling that extension through the right hand, creating a deeper twist from the navel. And then if you like, bending that right elbow and bringing the right hand inside the left quadricep. Opening the right shoulder a little bit more, letting the heart emerge from the twist, letting the eyes close, engaging with the parasympathetic nervous system. One more breath here. And then slowly unwinding yourself. Letting the hands come out long on the mat. Knees spread wide, toes touch. And come into a kind-hearted child's pose. Letting the arms become soft. Forehead resting on the mat. And dropping those hips a little deeper towards the heels. Feeling that breath, elongating the spine on the inhale, allowing those lungs to really increase their expansion, touching the intestines, the tummy. Taking a moment here as you breathe deeper into the exhale as well, letting that belly pull up and in at the end of the exhale, helping to extinguish any toxins in the intestines and to deepen the grounding sensation that's rooting through the hips. Take a moment now to connect in with a place in your life that you need more abundance. Connect in with what negative belief is connected to that feeling of lack. Whether it be financial or love or time. Whatever it may be in your life, connect in with where you are feeling a need of more abundance. Creating an intention for your class for yourself and this time that you've given to the mat. With that lack of abundance in mind, breathe into the ability to know that you have the absolute ability in self to do what you need to do when you need to do it. Breathe into the knowledge that you have the ability to do what you need to do when you need to do it at all times. You have the abundance in life to have the time, the money, the love, the health, the happiness to do what you need to do when you need to do it. 3 more breaths here in child's pose, connecting in with that intention for yourself, knowing in every single cell of your body that you have the ability to do what you need to do when you need to do it. One more breath here. Exhale, come on up onto the heels. Placing the hands on the lap, inhale into yourself for 1 breath. Exhale, walk on up to the head of the mat with your hands, tuck the toes, and rise on up into down dog. Bring that beautiful sense of alignment into awareness. Fingers spread super wide, creating that platform of energy coming up the arms. Shoulders round towards the mat. Head relaxes itself on the cervical spine. Quadriceps rise towards the hips, kneecaps pulling towards the hips as well. Feet are hip-width apart. Toes are rising off the mat, engaging the arches of the feet. Healing any flat feet that may be existing in our culture, such a common thing. Allowing yourself to relax into this grounding, rooting pose. Breathing into your down dog. Shaking out the head. Let's bring 3 open mouth exhales into effect here. Inhaling deeply. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Bending both knees, step on up towards the hands. Inhale, rising halfway, starting to feel even more elongation in that spinal column as you press against the shins. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rising. Exhale, folding. Inhale. And exhale. Letting the head rise one more time, halfway, and staying here in this half position. And either bringing the hands to the floor or keeping them on the shins. And feeling that true extension between each vertebra of the spine. And as you feel into the extension of the spine, you also feel the grounding coming down from the top of the femur bones down through the legs. Pulling the toes up. 3 more breaths here. Inhaling that spine a little longer. Exhale, feeling yourself grounding through the feet.
Arches are engaged. Kneecaps sliding up towards the hips. One more breath. And then exhale, forward fold. Walking the feet out wide, a little wider than hip width apart. Breathe into the forward fold. Maybe wrapping the hands around the elbows or bringing the hands behind the ankles. And feeling into this calming, centering position. Rocking your energy a little forward so you're on the balls of your feet. Inhale into the heart. Exhale, pulling the belly up and in. Feeling the top of the femurs pushing their way up towards the sky. And then feeling your energy grounding you down through the feet. Inhale one more time here. Exhale fully. And then walking your feet back to center. Bending both knees, roll up one vertebra at a time. Rolling all the way up. Roll the shoulder blades down towards the mat. Pulling the hands towards the floor. Pulling your toes up, re-engaging the arches, pulling the kneecaps up towards the hips, feeling the pelvis bone pulled in, core, center, engaged, feeling that grounding, that loving truth of who you are. Spinal column rising tall, the top of your head pulling towards the sky, facial features soft, feeling into your brilliance here, mountain pose. 2 more breaths here. And on the inhale, the hands rise on up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rising halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, stepping the right foot back. Coming into high lunge. Feeling into the 4 movements of the lunge. Right heel pushing back. Left heel stacked on top of ankle. Left hip rolling underneath you, creating that true support, keeping that back leg fully engaged. Now coming into awareness with the core, feeling that rooting sensation down through the hips. Feel how you can really pull those feet towards each other. Feel that engagement, and then rise with the core engaged into crescent. Woo! If you're feeling off balance, walking that left foot to the left, inhaling into your heart. Exhale, deepen that lunge just a little bit. Inhale, letting the heart rise. Exhale, feeling that rooting sensation. Feeling that grounding. 3 more breaths here. Beautiful. 1 more breath. Deepening that lunge a little more. Keeping that left quadricep pulling towards the left so the knee is stacked directly on top of the ankle. And then exhale, hands come back towards the mat. Straightening that left leg, bringing the feet parallel. So now you're in wide angle forward fold. And letting yourself drop forward. Hands are stacked underneath the shoulders in line with the toes. Shake out the head. feeling in to that sense of grounding coming up through the feet. Allow the hands to pull you a little deeper into the forward fold. 3 more breaths here. Inhale, hands on the hips. Rise on up with the flat back. Bringing the feet into a diagonal. Inhale, hands to the sky. Pull the toes on up. Engage those arches. Exhale, goddess pose. Feel into that strength coming up through that rooting of the feet. Really engaging that core. Oh, feeling that sparkle within. Rooting and grounding into your truth, into your brilliance. Beautiful. Eyes closed. Relaxing the face. Toes pulling up. Engaging the core. Shoulders pressing down the back. Giving space for the shoulder blades. Inhaling into your power, your grounding, your centering. Your abundance in your life in all ways. Always having the ability to do what you need to do when you need to do it. Let's do 2 more breaths here. Feeling that strength emanating up through the legs, into the pelvis, up the spine, through the cervical spine, into the brain, and out into your entire field of energy. 1 more breath. Exhale, straighten those legs, let the hands fall. Rotating towards the right side of your mat. Let that right knee bend, coming into high lunge. Hands coming to the mat. Feeling into those 4 corners of the feet. The 4 movements of the lunge. Feeling into your brilliance. Inhaling, coming into crescent pose. Exhale, letting that back foot heel come on down, and now coming into warrior. Once again, feeling into your brilliance. Letting that lunge deepen itself as you feel the power of your positivity. Loving yourself, every cell of yourself. Breathing into the rooting, grounding sensation coming up through the feet. 2 more breaths here. Making sure that right ankle is stacked on top of the right, and the right knee is stacked on top of the right ankle. 1 more breath. And then letting the hands come on down. Coming into high lunge. Walking that right foot parallel to the left. Inhale. And exhale, forward fold. Letting yourself drop deeper into the forward fold. Pulling against the ankles. And then coming forward, twisting towards the left side of the mat. Stepping that right foot to match the left. Inhale, coming up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, hands on the hips. Exhale, fully lengthening that back. And then on the inhale, coming on up with a flat back. Drawing the hands towards the ground. Eyes closed. Reconnecting in with yourself. Inhaling the hands to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rising halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, left foot steps back. Inhale into the 4 movements of the lunge. Feeling your strength. Feeling your power. Feeling the rooting sensation, knowing that you are always safe, always secure, always cherished and loved and supported. Inhaling, engaging the back leg, engaging your core muscles. Come on up. And a crescent. Walking that right foot to the right just a bit so you make sure you're not walking on a tightrope. Hands extending towards the sky, engaging that back leg, keeping it energized. Wrapping the right hip underneath you. Pulling the feet towards each other, feeling how that roots you down, and then let your heart extend higher. Lowering your lunge a little more. 5 more breaths here. Feeling the rooting, feeling the grounding, feeling the centering. 2 more breaths. Loving yourself. Exhale, hands come down through the heart to the mat. Making the right foot parallel to the left, coming into forward fold. Once again, wrapping the hands around the ankles. This time, bringing yourself over towards the left. Inhale, spine long. Exhale, fold into the left leg. 2 breaths here, breathing into that left hip. At the end of the exhale, walking on over to the right. Creating that long spine and then folding into the right leg. 3 breaths here. Closing the eyes, softening the facial features. And then exhale, coming back to center, walking yourself towards the right side of your mat, coming into high lunge. Inhaling into your high lunge. Creating that engagement of the core, wrapping the left hip underneath you. Rise on up into crescent. Dropping that back heel to the mat. Inhale into your warrior 1. Feeling that beautiful sense of rooting coming up from the mat. Allowing you to strengthen yourself from within so that you truly can be the happiest person possible for you. You are safe. You are abundant. You are love. 3 more breaths here. Gorgeous. Exhale. Hands come to the mat. Feet become parallel. Placing the hands on the hips, rise on up with the flat back. Coming into goddess pose. Once again, let the feet become diagonal. And roar yourself into goddess. Feeling your strength. Feeling your power. Knowing you are abundant in all ways, shapes, and forms. Closing the eyes. Once again, awareness of the facial features, softening the eyeballs, jaw, top of the head, allowing the shoulder blades to roll down the back. Fingers spread wide. 3 more breaths here. Lowering your goddess just a little. 1 more breath. Exhale, straightening the legs. Inhaling your hands high. Exhale, spinning towards the right side of your mat. Bending the right knees, the hands come down towards the mat. Stepping the right foot back. Inhale and exhale, chaturanga. Up dog or cobra. Staying here for a moment and breathing into that rooting sensation coming up through the hips. Allow the heart to really open up as you roll the shoulder blades towards the wall behind you. 3 more breaths here. Maybe engaging the legs or maybe not. Letting your body tell you what feels better for you right now. Maybe it's different than what it was yesterday. And it probably will be different from what it will be tomorrow. Let your breath nurture you no matter where you're at, helping you know in every cell of your body that you truly are abundant in all ways, shapes, and forms. 1 more breath here. And then exhale, engage the core as you press back into child's pose. Reconnecting with your intention. Keeping the arms engaged. 2 breaths here. And letting the hips rise high. Walking the hands out in front of you, coming onto the fingertips. Hips stacked on top of the knees. Let the heart melt towards the mat. Happy doggy. Resting on the chin or the forehead. Rolling the shoulders towards the mat. Feel how you can root down through the hips while you let your heart soften. Two more breaths here. And then slowly come on through, letting yourself roll on to the back. One vertebra at a time. Pulling the knees into the chest. Feeling the pelvis bones ground into your mat. The spine elongates. The neck is long as well. Eyes closed. Pull the knees deeper into the chest. Feeling your love for self. The kind-hearted, compassionate, non-judgmental love that appreciates exactly where you're at in the moment, knowing that there is immense abundance in this moment, right now. Exhale, bring both legs to the sky. Bring the left leg on top of the right. Interweave the legs. Bring the feet to the floor. Press the hips over to the left, and then let the knees bring on themselves on over to the right side, creating that supine twist with eagle legs. Left arm in an L or maybe straight. The closed-eyed drishti floating over that left arm. Still connecting in with that rooting sensation within the twist. And at the end of your exhale, coming back to center. Unwinding the legs. Bringing the feet to the mat. Squaring your hips. And taking a moment to just roll the hips up and down to reacquaint with that true rooting sensation flowing from the hips, the pelvis region. 3 more breaths here, rolling the hips up and down. Heart opening on the inhale. Stomach pulling up and in at the exhale. And at the end of the exhale, coming back to center. Both feet rising on up to the sky. Crossing the right foot over the left. Bringing the feet to the mat. Walking the hips to the right just a bit. And then allowing the knees to drop on over to the left side. Your right arm is in an L or maybe straight, whatever feels best for you. Eyes are closed. Relaxing into the twist. One more breath. And then at the end of the exhale, coming back to center. Unwinding the legs. Pulling the knees into the chest. Letting the feet come towards the sky, wrapping the hands around the ankles or the outer feet. And then pulling the knees towards the mat as you ground down through the pelvis once again. 2 breaths here. And then bringing the feet to the mat. Knees high. One hand on the heart, one hand on the stomach. Rock your spine back and forth. Spinal rock by pushing off the feet. And then when it feels good to you, coming into Shavasana, maybe keeping the hands on the heart and the tummy. Or maybe bringing both hands to the lower hips, lower belly, to reconnect in with the root chakra. Rocking the head back and forth to find the center of the skull, and then letting your entire body drop into Shavasana. Feeling the beauty of the relaxation as it penetrates deeply into every cell of your body. Relaxing you, nurturing you, and connecting you in with that absolute knowledge that you and your life are true abundance. You have what you need when you need it at all times. You have what you need when you need it at all times. You have what you need when you need it at all times. And the deepest of love and gratitude to you for connecting in with your highest potential and taking this time to support your inner self, honoring where you are right now, in love and light and joy and harmony for all. Om Namah Shivaya. Namaste.